Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, July 20th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 686 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Those fully vaccinated against COVID-19 can be infected, but serious illness is rare. Nothing in this world is 100%. She said she married for love. Her parents called it coercion. Iran's daily new coronavirus infections hit another high. Biden tax hike agenda hits a snag as Republicans block at IRS funds. Verdict awaited as first Hong Kong security trial ends. Britain to deploy 2 warships in Asian waters permanently. Apple delays return to office as COVID cases rise. Satellite images show Kim Jong-un's water slide yacht in action, while North Korea struggles with famine and COVID-19. French Navy dumps boat of migrants on baffle TV crew in English channel. Highly contagious Delta variant likely accounts for majority of SC's COVID cases. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Jim Jordan chosen by Kevin McCarthy to serve on Capitol Riot Select Committee, The Washington Post. Twitter suspends Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene for spreading COVID-19 misinformation, The Washington Post. Stocks making the biggest moves per market, Travelers, Halliburton, IBM, PPG and more, CNBC. Harry's book blindsides the royals and torpedoes all hope of reconciliation, The Daily Beast. Live, Blue Origin launches first human space flight with Jeff Bezos July 20, 2021, CNBC Television. Israeli PM vows to take aggressive action over Ben & Jerry's ban, The Guardian. The bootleg fire in Oregon is so large, it's creating its own weather, CNN. Tokyo 2020 Chief Muto doesn't rule out 11th hour cancellation of Olympic Games, CNBC. NHL mock expansion draft, projecting all 30 players the Kraken will pick, ESPN. At least 1 million new COVID-19 cases in Africa over the past month, DW News, DW News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Shailene Woodley reveals intense way Aaron Rodgers prepared to host Jeopardy! Progressive Group launches 6-figure super PAC to boost Nina Turner. India's deaths during pandemic 10 times official toll, study says. Paralympian told shorts too short, handball team fined for rejecting bikini bottoms. Seth Meyers pulls apart Brian Kilmeade's bizarre COVID-19 vaccine rant on Fox News. Female Twitch streamers spend their lives online, predators are watching. These are the most popular baby names in every state. Is your marinade doing your meat more harm than good? A new study says one critical choice leads to more diversity in hiring. Why you're so tired right now, hint, it has nothing to do with sleep. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Military veteran, my service dog saved my life. Doctor charged in death wants to go on vacation. Little leaguer determined to be MLB player. Neighbors happy to see Shingle Mountain removed. Drive-by parade held for spelling bee winner. Crop duster crashes near Amana Airport in Iowa. Cops, man smashed bottle over officer's head. Cops arrest mom after baby ingests fentanyl. Cops, man took photos under woman's dress. Woman needs new liver, kidneys after awful hike. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Ben & Jerry's to stop selling ice cream in Israeli-occupied territories. She hates Biden. Some of her neighbors hate the way she shows it. Dr. Paul Auerbach, father of wilderness medicine, dies at 70. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Becca Myers, decorated U.S. Paralympian, withdraws from games over lack of reasonable accommodations. Fox News Digital tops CNN in key measurables during second quarter. Pompeo accuses Biden admin of working to make Iran America's senior partner in Middle East. Mother with autistic teenage son kicked off flight for mask compliance issues. NIH Director Dr. Francis Collins on COVID-19, we cannot exclude lab leak theory. Ex-MLB star Ben Zobrist claims genesis of marriage fracture was $30K party for pastor amid wife's affair. Clay Travis, Nicole Hannah-Jones Cuba takes severely lax perspective. Rep Dan Wagner, Biden's incomplete Afghanistan plan hurts interpreters and allies, it's a disgrace. Caroline Leavitt, former Trump, Stefanik spokeswoman, running for Congress in New Hampshire. Britney Spears conservatorship, where does the relationship stand between Britney and Jamie Lynn Spears? You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, July 20th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stock market plummets amidst growing fears of COVID's Delta variant. Baseball report, Yankees fan beans Red Sox outfielder Alex Verdugo, gets banned for life. Allison Hannigan on MTV's Adorableness, it was incredibly cathartic to sit there and laugh. Child tax credit, monthly payments already arriving in parents' bank accounts. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Amazon delivery driver kills spider for terrified customer who spotted it on her doorbell camera. Watch live as Jeff Bezos launches 66 miles into space in Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket. Man, 21, arrested for wounding after nurse is stabbed at hospital in Wolverhampton. Pingdemonium, fears over summer of discontent. Football fans will need 2 COVID jabs to attend autumn matches if infection rates are high. 3 migrant boats arrive in UK already today with 84 on board as daily record is set to be smashed. A book by Harry, written by Meghan, Royals brace for $20 Megxit memoir. Volunteer carer, 51, believed to have caught COVID watching England play Croatia in Euro 2020 dies. Prince Charles cracks a joke during a visit to a school after Harry's book deal announcement. Olympic chiefs refuse to rule out canceling Tokyo Games due to COVID. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Hungary's spyware scandal is a crisis for Europe. India's pandemic death toll could be in the millions. Russia unveils new fighter, Putin hails country's air power. COVID-19 global updates, U.S. warns against travel to Britain as coronavirus cases surge, restrictions lift. Japan, UK to expand defense ties at sea, military technology. Chinese pop star Chris Wu scrutinized over teen sexual assault allegations, boosting flagging Me Too movement. Muslims mark Eid al-Adha holiday in pandemic's shadow. Tokyo Olympic officials apologize for failing to vet composer who resigned over past bullying. In Tokyo, nerves are frayed and critics are loud, but the Olympics plow forward. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus Live News, 4 million excess deaths in India, study suggests, as official COVID toll passes 414,000. Exterminate, exterminate, why it's time for Doctor Who to die. Fox News host Sean Hannity urges viewers to take COVID seriously. Pegasus and Sarah Jessica Parker, Tuesday's best photos. Goodbye wheat, readers on 10 great gluten-free recipes, from katsu curry to cherry cake. Man arrested after dramatic escape from Perth hotel quarantine. Israeli PM vows to take aggressive action over Ben & Jerry's ban. Nigel Slater's recipe for Orokiet and broad beans. Pegasus project turns spotlight on spyware firm NSO's ties to Israeli state. Steam Deck, is it the Nintendo Switch for nerds? The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Blue Origin launch live updates, watch Jeff Bezos' historic spaceflight. Pet rescuer gets jail for starving cats in Miami apartment. Twitter timeout for Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene COVID tweets. Live, Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin makes first crewed launch, ABC News Live. Pilot, 18, lands banner plane on bridge, no injuries. Man seriously injured after alligator attack, officials. Man falls to his death while hiking with fiancé's 9-year-old son above waterfall. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Norway fined for wearing shorts not bikini bottoms. Tokyo 2020, missing Ugandan weightlifter Julia Sekitaliko found in Japan. Biden rose back on Facebook killing people comment. China says Microsoft hacking accusations fabricated by US and allies. Eid al-Adha prayers continue as rockets fired in Afghanistan. Jeff Bezos to blast into space aboard New Shepard rocket ship. Ben & Jerry's to stop sales in occupied West Bank. Oregon bootleg fire, evacuations as largest U.S. fire burns 300,000 acres. Tokyo Olympics, Poland sends 6 swimmers home after selecting too many by mistake. Channel crossings migrants, we need a safe place. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. T-history, world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, set for spaceflight today on Blue Origin rocket. Jeff Bezos rockets into space on first Blue Origin astronaut flight. Lights a beach for old cast. 100-pound rare deep ocean fish washes up on Oregon beach, creating quite the stir. Western wildfires growing amid fire, wind and heat. Showbiz minute, woo, Halsey, Gaga. Twitter suspends Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene for misleading COVID-19 information. In a NASA first, astronauts are growing chili peppers on the International Space Station. Wildfire turns sky orange as smoke from Dixie Fire blows towards Susanville, California. Mercury 13's famous Wally Funk is going to space with Jeff Bezos and the Blue Origin crew. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. The recall candidates running to replace Newsom disclose their tax returns. Here's what they say. Podcast, a Latino revolt against California's Prop 187. As counties mask up, possibility of a statewide order presents political challenge for Newsom. How far-right rage over transgender rights at an LA spa led to chaos in the streets. Runaway animals are as LA as car chases, here's why they make headlines. Same hospitals, same surgeries, but worse outcomes for black patients than white ones. Dramatic photos from NASA highlight severity of California's drought. Firefighters achieve mixed success in containing Northern California fires. Brush fire breaks out in Topanga, progress halted at 15 acres. Los Angeles Police Department significantly underestimated weight of fireworks before detonating explosion that injured 17. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Russian hacker known as Bot Master to be sentenced in U.S. Norwegian women's beach handball team fined for not wearing bikini bottoms. G20 states subsidized fossil fuels by $3 trillion since 2015, despite pledges to tackle climate crisis. Israel PM warns Unilever of severe consequences from Ben & Jerry's decision. Athletes Village COVID-19 isolation bubble already broken, health expert. Jews are behind the pandemic, chant crowd at Polish anti-vaccine protest. COVID, Boris Johnson resisted autumn lockdown as only over 80s dying, Dominic Cummings, BBC News. India's excess deaths during the pandemic could be a staggering 10 times the official COVID-19 toll, likely making it modern India's worst human tragedy, according to a new comprehensive study. Ben & Jerry's to stop sales in occupied Palestinian territories. China rejects WHO call for more transparency on origins probe. South Korean President Moon Jae-in cancelled his Japan trip after reports that a Japanese diplomat described Moon's efforts to improve the country's relations as masturbating. Leftist rural teacher declared president-elect in Peru. Georgia, Moldova and Ukraine see joint path to EU, rebuking Russia. 3 presidents sign statement on EU integration. Swimming in poo, fears of sewage leak in Olympic venue. Peru's electoral authority tossed out the last appeals by a right-wing contender Keiko Fujimori, leaving leftist Pedro Castillo on the doorstep of the presidency. The next headlines are from Forbes. Foxtrot announces new geographies and larger stores, expands private label line. BTS make history as the first musicians to score several Hot 100 #1 debuts in more than 1 year. A black female cannabis C-suite exec finds inspiration in new project Atero Weedec. Sean Hannity tells Fox viewers to take COVID-19 seriously. The U.S. Air Force is sending dozens of F-22 stealth fighters to practice for war with China. New nuclear fuel can be here even faster than new reactors. Charlie Worsham on success, self-love and his Sugarcane EP. Giannis Antetokounmpo making international business impact, generating social media buzz with breakout NBA Finals performance. The future of live events begins in the metaverse. 20th New York Asian Film Festival screens several South Korean films. The next headlines are from Nature.com. ISSCR guidelines uphold human right to science for benefit of all. How to manage the uncertainty of a remote PhD. The parenting penalties faced by scientist mothers. China launches world's largest carbon market, but is it ambitious enough? Andes foothills protected by carbon offset fund. Solar geoengineering research needs formal global debate. 6 years as university rector changed how I do genetics. These archaeologists helped quell a COVID surge in Madagascar. Daily briefing, deaf scientists develop better signs for scientific terms. A monkey researcher fights to protect threatened and endangered primates. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,719,490,303 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Malaga's Spanish Screenings launches regional film hub, renews next from Spain sidebar exclusive. Venice Film Festival unveils poster, announces pandemic-themed pre-opening film. People Just Do Nothing origin story set at BBC Three. David Leckie, leading Australian media executive, dead at 70. Former Fox, DreamWorks executive Tim Erickson to head Peanuts Worldwide, Global Bulletin. Tencent paying $1.27 billion for Sumo UK games developer. Amazon unveils new Italian original movie featuring pop star Laura Pausini exclusive. Oscilloscope buys US rights on Ken premiering documentary The Velvet Queen exclusive. Awards HQ July 19th, Amazon Studios head Jennifer Silk, Ted Lasso premiere, Emmy telecast plans, why HBO and HBO Max tallies were merged, more. Paul McCartney and Rick Rubin have a field day going down Beatles rabbit holes in McCartney 3:2:1 feet, TV review. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. 10 things to watch for when the Tokyo Olympics begin. Olympic softball is back, and it starts today. Will it stick around? Summer travel options outside the U.S. are still up in the air as COVID cases rise. The life cycle of a COVID-19 vaccine lie. Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin will try to travel deeper into space than Richard Branson. In the U.S., Google searches for dating have reached a 5-year high. Low pay, no benefits, rude customers, restaurant workers quit at record rate. A world teacher wins Peru's presidency after the longest electoral count in 40 years. GOP leader McCarthy taps 5 Republicans to serve on January 6 Select Committee. Indiana University's vaccine requirement should stand, federal judge rules. The following headlines are from The Week. MSNBC's Joy Reid tells Stephen Colbert she'd wager anything everyone on air at Fox has been vaccinated. Watch Jeff Bezos launch himself into space. Federal judge says Indiana University can require COVID-19 vaccines, boosting hopes for other colleges. The lamentable decline of the medium box store. Biden's doomed efforts to stamp out social media extremism. Haitian Prime Minister agrees to step down, resolving one post-assassination power struggle. The bipartisan infrastructure deal faces a big test vote Wednesday. Rockets land near Afghan presidential palace. South Carolina mechanic gives new life to clunkers, then donates them to people in need. Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon laugh at the futility of the Olympic Village's anti-sex cardboard beds. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Bloodlines. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Good news, NASA announces that they have fixed Hubble. Volcanic activity on Venus could explain phosphine. Where can we find a fifth force of nature? We need to fix space junk before it's too late. Fantastic visualization shows what would happen if you dropped a ball across the solar system. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, July 20th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Venus and Regulus conjunction on July 21st. The Omega Nebula is a star-forming region. First images from rebooted Hubble telescope. Why and how fireflies light up. Astronomy art, voices of Apollo 11. The Moon and the Scorpion July 19th to 21. Scorpius, here's your constellation. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Belarus cracks down on medical workers while virus rages on. Opinion Nick Kristoff's strange, probably doomed flirtation with politics. Unlikely Senate alliance aims to claw back Congress' foreign policy powers before it's too late. New academic center aims to strengthen democracy in U.S. Pelosi's Dems grit their teeth amid Senate infrastructure drama. Amazon endorsed legal weed. Will it now fight to make it happen? Japanese Prime Minister says the world needs to see a safe Olympics. Mansion Backstone Manning to lead Bureau of Land Management. Senior House Dem trashes Senate's bipartisan infrastructure talks. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. 7-day lockdown to hit NSW town of Orange after confirmed COVID case. Best of Cartoons, July 21, 2021. Best of Cartoons, July 20, 2021. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Golding. The latest illustrations from artist Andrew Dyson. The latest illustrations from artist Simon Lech. Australian ethical warns on lack of climate change action. As it happened, NSW records 78 new local COVID-19 cases, Victoria lockdown extension confirmed, say to begin week-long lockdown. Buying opportunity pays off big time for PM Capital. Why resource stocks can outperform in second half. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Futures movers, oil edges lower after biggest drop since March. Economic report, construction of new homes improves, but home builders hold the key to the housing market's trajectory. IPO report, Zevia IPO, 5 things to know about the zero-calorie beverage company before it goes public. Nike manufacturing in Vietnam grinds to a halt due to COVID-19, creating another supply chain challenge. The margin, why over 186,000 people want Jeff Bezos to stay in space. Earnings outlook, can The Witcher and other hot series lead Netflix to a second-half surge? Bond report, 10-year Treasury yield steadies after sliding to 5-month low. Earnings results, IBM stock gains after earnings shows second consecutive quarter of sales growth. The margin, American Academy of Pediatrics urges universal masking in schools for everyone ages 2 and up, whether vaccinated or not. Keywords, AutoNation CEO won't fight the Fed, says inflation won't last. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Cannabis Global comments on the publication of its cannabis nanotechnology patent application, Stockhouse. Fighting COVID-19 requires fewer patents and more state, social Europe. Patent Quality Week, this one weird trick could solve most patent quality problems, TechDirt. Patentability of biotech inventions in Australia, another victory for Sequenom, intellectual property, Australia, Mondac News alerts. AI inventions and patents, IP News Center. Divisional applications in India, clarification and summary, Lexology. The next headlines are from Quartz. Betting on the Olympics is open for the first time to millions of Americans. The challenges and historic opportunities for female athletes at the Tokyo Olympics. Novavax's effort to vaccinate the world, from zero to not quite warp speed. Oregon Inferno, Bezos in space, pure shellfishness. Payton's losses may not stand in the way of its IPO success. These are the African countries that have demanded account information from Twitter. The Modi government doesn't think India has a press freedom problem. Why Indian job seekers should keep an eye on Zomato now more than ever. Yes, cardboard beds can be sexy. Torching sexist stereotypes. The following headlines are from TechDirt. MAGA Freedom Phone targets rubes with dubious promises of privacy. Google jumps into the game revenue split wars with Stadia. Appeals court affirms state trooper who responded to an F-bomb with an arrest owes $15K in legal fees. Using the George Floyd protests as an excuse, Minneapolis police destroyed evidence and case files. Patent Quality Week, this one weird trick could solve most patent quality problems. French competition authority fines Google nearly $600 million for failing to negotiate a nonsensical deal with publishers in good faith. Daily Deal, How to Hack Bundle. Leaked data shows NSO Group's malware was used to target journalists, activists, and world leaders. It's 2021 MBS broadband and cable TV fees are somehow still a thing. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Robbie Steinhardt. COVID cases. Jeff Bezos. Darren Criss. Raj Kundra. Robin Roberts. Olivia Breen. Melvin Ingram. Delta variant. Megan Thee Stallion. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Laughingstock, Polish swimmers furious after being sent home from Tokyo Olympics after hapless officials sent too many athletes. Norwegian man used 300 stolen identities as part of massive COVID compensation scam. Investigation opened into giant May crime Hitler billboard comparing COVID policy to Nazi regime. Daring Russian parachutists land in Siberia's UNESCO World Heritage Lena Pillars Nature Park to manually fight wildfires, video. Taiwan's Medigen COVID vaccine to be trialed in Paraguay despite corruption charges filed by opposition. Welcome to Slavalandia. RT's Kaiser report looks at the human catastrophe brought on by U.S. inflation. Games over, Tokyo chief refuses to rule out last-minute cancellation of COVID-hit Olympics. U.S. has declared economic war on Moscow, top Russian senator claims, says missile tests not provocation but response to hostility. Armed man attempts to stab Mali's interim president during prayers at Bamako Mosque. Boris Johnson didn't want second lockdown last year because it would kill the economy to save the elderly, former top aide says. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Hedge funds ramp up exposure. Forward-looking U.S. building permits plunge to 8-month lows in June. Watch Live, New Shepard go for launch, billionaire Jeff Bezos prepares to blast into orbit. Tokyo Olympic bubble compromised as COVID case count hit 71. Panic, Taco Bell and Starbucks warn about shortages. Futures rebound from rout as by the dip outweighs fear even as yield slide continues. Quantitative easing, how the world got hooked on magic.money. So much for Freedom Day, UK health authorities bar unvaccinated patrons from nightclubs. U.S. Air Force to launch Operation Pacific Iron 2021 in July, including large fleet of F-22 Raptors. Leak exposes global abuse of cyber spying weapon to target politicians, activists, and journalists. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Cyprus talks can only resume on a two-state basis, Erdogan says. Israel will act aggressively over Ben and Jerry's ban, PM says. Big day for Bezos, Blue Origin launches its first crewed mission. Erdogan calls for U.S. support for Turkey to protect Kabul airport. French prosecutor opens probe into Pegasus spyware allegations. Iran locks down capital amid COVID surge ahead of Eid holiday. China hits back at fabricated U.S. hacking allegations. Encampment evictions, another face of colonial violence in Canada. Knife attack against Mali interim president Assimi Goïta. South African court postpones Zuma's corruption trial to August. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Great Reset Watch, how to protect your money in a cashless society. Coptic Orthodox Church destroyed in latest Canadian church fire. Navy SEAL Eli Crane launches congressional campaign in Arizona battleground district. Boris Johnson, leader or cheerleader, Nigel Farage calls on PM to show some leadership in primetime debut. Nothing to see here, China rejects coronavirus audit, tells WHO to look at US for lab leak source. Master of misinformation, Joe Biden's 10 worst lies. Dick Durbin boasts demographics of America making GOP less electable. Exclusive, Ed Secretary offers bogus window dressing on critical race theory. Cuban-born actress Maria Conchita Alonso slams Biden administration for helping regime, abandoning Cubans. Rubio, Russia, China have every incentive to have criminals do cyber attacks for them. The next headlines are from UPI News. Woman wins $2 from lottery ticket she received as a gift. Watch, Florida police eject trespassing alligator from mall. Watch, authorities rescue 2 dogs from ponding basin in California. Watch, scuba instructor finds phone, wallet lost in reservoir 2 years earlier. Rugby team reunites to break Guinness record with 33-hour game. Watch, Idaho men pass giant ball 356 times in 3 minutes for world record. Watch, firefighters use sledgehammer to free dog trapped between walls. Watch, bear with bucket stuck on head rescued after being chased up a tree. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. The Wizard of Oz makes prosthetics to fit any animal, lending a human hand of compassion. The best time to eat protein and build muscle health, you may want to rethink breakfast. What color is it? Photographer captures varied luminescence of one of UK's rarest butterflies. Student invents toilet that converts poop into energy, and pays in digital currency if you help to fill it. Future belongs to renewable energy, says India's largest oil baron in Greenland, which ended search for oil. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, July 20th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Cop calls backup for drone following her only to find out it's planet Jupiter. How children are spoofing COVID-19 tests with soft drinks. Emoji designers feature pregnant man in new inclusive additions to represent trans pregnancies. No, the cardboard beds athletes are sleeping on at the Tokyo Olympics aren't anti-sex. A man snuck into a Norfolk farm and had sex with a horse, police say. Tokyo Olympic beds are sturdy, IOC says after anti-sex report. Irish gymnast jumps on Olympic Village bed to debunk anti-sex fake news. Fan who hit Red Sox is Alex Verdugo banned for life from MLB stadiums. Donald Trump reportedly said he could beat George Washington in an election. Havana syndrome-like symptoms are now gripping U.S. diplomats in Vienna. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. I don't know is the best phrase for your career. New research tries to explain consciousness with quantum physics. 70% of EU's charging stations are found in just 3 countries. Apple's MagSafe battery pack is not funny. Oh great, now I've gotta check my phone for Pegasus spyware. Google killed the 2020 Pixel Buds, so here's my pro version wish list. US and allies blame China for Microsoft Exchange cyber attacks. Freaking out over that dancing robot, you clearly don't get how murder works. How to join a WhatsApp call after it's already started. Earn a handful of CompTIA certifications as a true cybersecurity professional. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Epicenter of major Amazon droughts and fires saw 2.5 billion trees and vines killed. New study examines commuter characteristics and traffic pollution exposure among commuters. Novel autoantibody adds fuel to COVID-19 firestorm of inflammation, blood clots. Global satellite data shows clouds will amplify global heating. Seismic surveys have no significant impact on commercially valuable fish in Northwest Australia, study suggests. A new, inexpensive way to heal chronic wounds. When money's tight, parents talk less to kids. Could this explain the word gap? How cells control mitochondria. Robotic neck brace can help analyze cancer treatment impacts. Why MES patients develop progressive disability. The next headlines are from Information Week. Remote work tops SF, NYC for most high-paying job openings. 3 ways to make conversational AI work for your organization. Seeking a competitive edge versus chasing savings in the cloud. How cloud can drive sustainable, data-driven success. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, July 20th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA invites media to launch of Landsat 9 from West Coast. NASA Science Mission Directorate to hold town hall meeting. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The rundown, Romney makes a cameo in new Trump books. A pandemic surprise, Utah bankruptcies actually fell during COVID-19, here's why. West side of Salt Lake County welcomes new and improved parks. Parents sue a Utah treatment center after their daughter from Bermuda died by suicide. Letter, the government should get out of the way of private technology and innovation. Letter, as a patriot who loves the flag, I choose not to display it, here's why. Letter, Governor Cox shouldn't be asking us to tempt God. Letter, restrictive voting laws undermine voter responsibility and are un-American. Utah leader warns against overreach in fight over critical race theory, on Utah Politics podcast. Thousands of images of child pornography allegedly found on Logan School employee's phone. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. iOS and Android activations now split evenly in the US, research shows. Our universe might be a giant three-dimensional donut. Dish switching network to AT&T after calling T-Mobile anti-competitive. 30 million solar homes would create 1.77 million jobs and $69 billion in energy savings, report finds. Tencent is buying British game studio Sumo for $1.27 billion. Edward Snowden calls for spyware trade ban amid Pegasus revelations. China tech billionaires ramp up donations as Beijing cracks down. Man behind LinkedIn scraping said he grabbed 700 million profiles for fun. Viral video shows Malaysian police destroying 1,069 Bitcoin mining rigs with a steamroller. iFixit CEO names and shames tech giants for right to repair obstruction. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Kayakers start Missouri River race to St. Charles today from Kansas City. Expect sunny skies Tuesday with high temps in the upper 80s. Square Incorporated moves offices to former Post-Dispatch building. Critical race theory has no business being taught in Missouri classrooms, Governor Parson says. Festus chimps ordered seized in secretive action, judge demands proof one of them died. Serious injuries reported after multi-vehicle crash in Veneta Park. A shot to win big, Ladue Pharmacy offers $1,000 sweepstakes for COVID vaccination. Live, Bezos to become next billionaire in space with Tuesday morning launch. Interim Public Safety Director says St. Louis homicide rate has declined in 2021. I-270 closed at I-44 to restring wire above roadway. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Police disperse crowd at Chicano Park after homicide. Let them breathe leader says kids need to get back to normal amid latest mask guidance. Throwing Guru's new app offers expert coaching geared for young athletes. We always had a blast with her, family fondly remembers grandmother killed in mobile home fire. Blue-collar blueprint, Biden pushes for infrastructure deal as economy rebounds. California Secretary of State faces lawsuits over recall candidate listing. One hospitalized with major injuries in crash near Claremont intersection. Appeals court upholds conviction for man who wounded two in gas lamp shooting. Girlfriend of cyclist killed in hit-and-run takes search to social media. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Armed Forces awards contract to Saab for more Maus ammunition. Turkey's Baker reveals its future unmanned combat aircraft. Russia shows its new S-500 air defense system in action. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. The China-Australia trade war is hurting Mongolia's environment. Advertisers flee mega pop star Chris Wu over allegations of predatory behavior. U.S. and allies accuse China of malicious cyber activity, including Microsoft Exchange hack. China at the Tokyo Olympics, what to watch for. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Ford issues recalls affecting more than 850K vehicles after injuries reported. Advocates want Democrats to deliver on legalization after setback to Dreamers. Bezos and Blue Origin bring space tourism to tiny Texas town. Stimulus check hoax claims more money on the way. 14-year-old boy shot, killed in San Francisco. It's the worst feeling, East Bay mother seeks answers after son was killed at campground. Fate of the A's, what's happening with Howard Terminal Ballpark? Walnut Creek police investigate third homicide of 2021. Bay Area shelters prepare for flight delivering nearly 100 dogs, cats. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Watch live, Jeff Bezos riding on rocket on Blue Origin's first flight with people. Research, millions may have died in India during pandemic. It's like the coolest thing, downtown Mundelein transformed for Day of Bike races. Vaccines for kids under 12 coming, but not before classes start. State strongly encourages colleges to require a COVID-19 vaccine. American Academy of Pediatrics, universal masking in schools will protect kids from COVID-19. Biden wants spending to boost economy, but GOP to block vote. Illinois COVID-19 cases up nearly 200% in 2 weeks. They wanted to put Arlington on the map, looking back at 40 years of the Arlington Million. Consultant, removing them could cost Batavia taxpayers millions. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Washington health officials warn of spike in shellfish-related illness following heat wave. United Airlines to stop service to Everett's Payne Field in October, Alaska to increase departures. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Guillermo 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Felicia 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone IN, FA, 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 9.48 million. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Sempaka 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 1.364 million. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Etna in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, July 20th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Blue Origin launch, Bezos riding on rocket on company's first flight with People Watch Live. 16-year-old boy finds his mom shot and killed in North Harris County apartment. 100-pound okafish, also known as a moonfish, discovered on a beach in Oregon. Scattered downpours as a weak front moves south. Texas lawmaker fears he's missing moment in history after surgery kept him from leaving state. Argument between two convenience store customers ends in deadly shooting. Houston Methodist reports first case of Lambda variant. 20 COVID breakthrough cases among 156 in League City Church's camp outbreak. How Blue Origin's Jeff Bezos will soar into space, explainer. Black Widow watch party, Marvel fans join CCO Kevin Feige in Twitter Q&A. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Health Minister disheartened by KMT Chairman's lawsuit over Medigen vaccine authorization. Health Minister explains contingency plan for vaccination in case of typhoon. Exclamation point, traditional paper cutting brings modern twist to keep trade alive. Taiwan to open representative office in Lithuania, MOFA. Taiwan reports 24 new infections, tally at 15,453. Taiwan stocks plunge over 100 points, biotech stocks hit limit up. European media predict typhoon Impha may bring catastrophic flooding to Taiwan. Typhoon holiday not applicable for work-from-home individuals, MOL. Olympic athlete tests positive in Tokyo days before a first game. Global shares fall on virus fears, oil slips on OPEC deal. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. First responders to scene of Eric Garner's death will likely be compelled to testify about what they witnessed. Extra extra, a WNYC tote bag appears to have a starring role in the Sex and the City reboot. MTA announces no fare hikes this year. Eric Adams joins Senator Gillibrand in support of gun trafficking bill. NYC Restaurant Week is back, with deals. Eric Adams says he may split time between Gracie Mansion and Brooklyn if he becomes next mayor. Ask a pediatrician, is it safe to get my teenager vaccinated against COVID-19? Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. NJ's landlord-tenant court gets an overhaul as eviction cases pile up. The new Dominique Ansel workshop is a croissant lover's paradise. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. European duplicity undermines anti-pandemic efforts. From the field, a genocide timeline, Srebrenica massacre remembered. Chess calms nerves, improves mental health throughout pandemic. Pegasus, human rights compliant laws needed to regulate spyware. Domestic violence, forced marriage, have risen in Sudan, UN-backed study. The fight for the lost cells. Why is the UK government turning off the tap during a global pandemic? Fewer women and men will regain work during COVID-19 recovery, ILO. Rights experts condemn dramatic rise in attacks on so-called slaves in Mali. U.S. holds UNICEF monopoly for 74 years in a world body where money talks. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. At Olex Oeco and Ring owners. Michigan, lead FBI agent in Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping case gets arrested for felony domestic violence. White House transfers its first Gitmo detainee to Morocco in effort to shut down facility. Ex-Obama official, unvaccinated Americans should not be allowed to work, have access to children. Capitol rioter sentenced to 8 months, not accused of assaulting anyone or damaging property. UK mandates vaccine passports, despite its own vaccine minister calling them discriminatory. US takes down Israeli spy software company. North Carolina door-to-door vaccine outreach violating zone of privacy, advocacy group says. Ghislaine Maxwell faces $1.6 million warrant for NY taxes. George Soros and Bill Gates have teamed up for $41 million purchase of COVID testing company. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Bezos riding on rocket on company's first flight with people. Mississippi seeing fourth wave of infections, official warns. Biden wants spending to boost economy, GOP to block vote. Is this glass octopus real? New COVID-19 vaccine warnings don't mean it's unsafe. The I Am Your Father 1980 audience reaction video is fake, but we found a real one. Your bed probably isn't as clean as you think. Yes, a video accurately depicts embroidery tattoos. Biden, killing people remark with call for big tech to act. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. CDC data contradict Julian Castro's Texas COVID-19 claims. Photo shows 2018 France World Cup celebration, not vaccine protest. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Harry's book blindsides the royals and torpedoes all hope of reconciliation. Louvre calls in lawyers over Pornhub's hardcore reenactments. Ugandan Olympic weightlifter who vanished in Japan has been found. This boutique has put the joy back in swimsuit shopping. How a far-right and anti-BLM Brit became one of Ghislaine Maxwell's biggest defenders. Christie shit talks Trump to try to hype a heavyweight title bout in 2024. How director David Wayne cast so many future movie stars in Wet Hot American Summer. If Biden burns AOC on $4 trillion deal, he'll pay the price. Don't try to MacGyver a COVID-19 booster shot. Exposed, the sadistic methods employed by Mexico's lawless cops. The next headlines are from the New York Post. COVID-19 cases spike nationwide as vaccinations slow and Delta variant spreads. Ghost World at 20, a timeless showcase of the mixture of exhilaration and dread that comes with oncoming adulthood. Britney Spears' toxic co-star Martin Henderson calls her a beautiful person. $80 billion wiped off crypto market as Bitcoin drops below $30K again. Jets assistant coach Greg Knapp in critical condition after bike crash. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Venusian trio, ESA teams up with NASA to send another spacecraft to Venus. Giant ripples under Louisiana are evidence of the dinosaur-killing asteroid impact. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. 80 large wildfires rage across western U.S. Los Angeles County to reinstate mask mandate regardless of vaccination status as COVID cases surge. Jeff Bezos set to blast off on historic space flight. COVID-19 infections surge in U.S. as virus hammers unvaccinated people. Van Horn, Texas, gearing up for international fame with Blue Origin launch. NIT, no one is safe from extreme weather as climate change takes toll. Los Angeles County reinstates indoor mask mandate amid COVID surge. COVID patient, rejecting the vaccine is playing Russian roulette. COVID-19 cases up in all 50 states for first time since January. COVID vaccine booster shot mixed messaging and confusion over breakthrough cases. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Watch live, Jeff Bezos prepares for launch into space. Human error caused firework blast that injured 17 in South Los Angeles, police say. Stark stats show importance of getting vaccinated against COVID-19 as Delta variant surges. Fox News host Sean Hannity urges viewers to get vaccinated, enough people have died. Marjorie Taylor Greene suspended from Twitter for posting misleading coronavirus vaccine information. Women will have a tougher time than men finding a job over the next year, UN says. Police arrest 3 after they allegedly assault a 12-year-old boy, shaving word gay onto his scalp. Former American Idol contestant Ron Boltonge is arrested on charges of sex with minor. Paralympian Olivia Breen shocked when her official athletic briefs are deemed too short by official. Tommy Chong's Stunky got more prison time than Capitol storming Trump loyalist. The following headlines are from military.com. Afghan president slams Taliban, rockets target Kabul palace. China rejects hacking charges, accuses U.S. of cyberspying. Biden looks to increase staffing of Cuba embassy, source says. Syria reports Israeli airstrikes in northern Aleppo province. Searchers rescued after Navy helicopter crash, hiker also found. Pentagon to bring Afghans to U.S. base while awaiting visas. Biden calls Jordan King a loyal ally in tough neighborhood. New Haiti leader with international backing to take charge. Capitol rioter who breached Senate gets 8 months for felony. Active duty troops now allowed to get COVID vaccines anywhere. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Chicago police again face criticism for response to unrest over George Floyd killing, as Federal Monitor files report. Daywatch, Illinois least vaccinated county struggles, Pritzker announces widely anticipated re-election bid, and the wonderfully Chicago pizza at George's deep dish. Attempted murder charges filed in connection with slaying of 2-year-old boy, man. Column, Biden is rightfully and respectfully president, Capitol rioter says that sentencing as consequences bring truth. Illinois coronavirus graphs, daily data updates on COVID-19 deaths, cases and tests. Governor J.B. Pritzker makes 2022 re-election bid official, acknowledges his handling of pandemic will be key issue. The Spin, Pritzker's running for re-election Lightfoot, grassroots activists strike deal on civilian oversight of police. Cook County Commish retaliated against staffer who reported sexual harassment by her supervisor, Watchdog says. Judge orders CTA bus driver who accidentally shot himself to be released on bond. 2 bears rescued from terrible conditions at zoo in Lebanon make stop at O'Hare en route to new home at animal sanctuary in Colorado. Fatal shooting of teen by Chicago police could result in $1.2 million settlement for boy's family. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Touchscreen alternative allays fear of world indium shortage. Sexual harassment is rife in many African media workplaces. Hubble returns to full science observations and releases new images. Removal of barred owl slows decline of iconic spotted owls in Pacific Northwest, study finds. How traditional owners and officials came together to protect a stunning stretch of WA coast. Composite piezoelectric materials extracted from common waste products. Anomalous quantum transport phenomena observed in fractal photonic lattices. Faster diagnosis of deadly Hendra virus in horses. New exploration marker identified for Western Australian mineral systems. Developing a tool for streamlined molecular weight analysis. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, July 20th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How volcanoes produced drumbeat earthquakes. City of Legend, digging up the true story of Troy. How do dogs sniff out diseases? The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. U.S. home construction jumped 6.3% in June. Spain, government bill targets supporters of Franco's dictatorship. Bezos, 3 others set to blast off into space this morning. Vaccines are effective against COVID's Delta variant, so why do we need to wear masks indoors? Going further than CDC, pediatricians group recommends masks in schools even for the vaccinated. Russian hacker known as Bot Master to be sentenced in U.S. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. How and when to watch Jeff Bezos go to space. Man accused of setting deadly Northern California wildfire to cover up woman's homicide pleads not guilty to additional arson murder charges. Jeff Bezos riding on rocket on company's first flight with people. Opinion, A's must include affordable housing like other developers. Bay Area gang member sentenced to 65 years to life for 2015 murder. Skelton, where Republicans running to replace Newsom stand on issues. Now 40,500 acres, Dixie fire grows by 10,000 acres Monday. Searchers in California mountains rescued after helicopter crash, hiker also found. Who are the top 10 villains lurking in the 49ers' upcoming season? Low, as the American press weakens, so does democracy. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Pride, patriotism still dominant sentiments toward U.S. flag, poll. Joe Manchin to vote for Biden pick Tracy Stone Manning despite her role in tree spiking plot. Sean Hannity, do your research, go get vaccinated. China rejects hacking charges, accuses U.S. of cyberspying. Calls for outside help as extreme weather fuels Oregon fires. Marjorie Taylor Greene suspended from Twitter for violating rules. Shauna Waite, husband James perish in Napa Valley plane crash. Ben and Jerry's to stop selling ice cream in Israel settlements. Jim Jordan, Jim Banks among Republicans tapped for January 6th committee. The next headlines are from The Intercept. The incredible cynicism of GOP support for Free Britney. As transphobes rally again at Los Angeles spa, police attack counter-protesters. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Biodiversity, climate change and the fate of coral reefs. Tropical fly study shows that a mother's age and diet influences offspring health. Antibiotic prescriptions for kids plummet during pandemic. Mycoplasma mobile moves into overdrive, twin motor modified from ADP synthase discovered. Study finds surprising source of social influence. Copper transporter potential new treatment target for cardiovascular disease. Tomato fruits send electrical warnings to the rest of the plant when attacked by insects. Main attraction, scientists create world's thinnest magnet. Dearth of mental health support during pandemic for those with chronic health problems. USC study shows male-female differences in immune cell function. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man charged with attempted murder in Humboldt Park shooting that wounded 2-year-old boy, police. Dear Abby, our son, 23, lives here without paying rent or helping out. 2 critically injured after vehicle crashes into business in Creggan. Joe Bell lacks the impact of the real-life story it tells. Menu planner, tomato salad offers simple but flavorful addition to your meal. 1 killed, 13 wounded in shootings Monday in Chicago. Horoscope for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. 15-year-old boy shot in Lawndale. Ugly fourth-inning defense costs Cubs an 8-3 loss to Cardinals. Cubs activate RHP Dylan Maples from injured list. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Go for elusive medal, Tendulkar tells Tokyo-bound athletes. Modi government did not inaugurate Bandra-Worli Sea Link in Mumbai. Hero Glamour's tech launched at Rs78,900. How many Indians may have COVID antibodies? What survey found? Did Raj Kundra and his partners earn up to Rs60 lakh through porn films? Can the Tokyo Olympics still be cancelled? Blue Origin launch live, Jeff Bezos, 3 others set to fly to edge of space. WhatsApp rolls out new group calling feature. French prosecutor opens probe after Pegasus spyware complaint. Apple II users, don't use this cleaner for iPhones. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Comedy audiences are night and day from before the pandemic, says stand-up Mark Normand. So much for community control as Delta variant and 4th of July spur local COVID surge. 4 thoughts on the Astros' reported interest in Max Scherzer. Bayou City Comic-Con looks to start small. Canditopia, how sweet it is. Jason Mraz and the freeing power of pure imagination. Patrick's Texas Senate keeps cranking out bills that with no House to pass them will never get to the governor. Saved by a Song, Mary Gauthier dives deep into the healing power of music. This week in Houston food events, hop on the Houston Press Margarita Trail. Visit a different kind of Hawaii with a White Lotus comedy drama on HBO. The next headlines are about world records making news. USC gold medals won in Tokyo, Bill Craig, Trojans Wire. Beam Global sets world record for longest flight in a production electric aircraft, powered only by sunshine, Yahoo Finance. Brazilian sets for Guinness record in Singapore, Reuters. European paraglider sets new world record in Skardu, The Express Tribune. How 2020 brought about a resurgence of Guinness World Records, The Ringer. Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, world record holder Usain Bolt brands new spot technology weird and unfair, Eurosport.com. Space Coast Sports Hall of Fame inductee Ali Panovich's world champion freediver, spear fisherman, SpaceCoastDaily.com. 5 world records Indians can break during the Tokyo Olympics, The Bridge. World record for Willie Banks at 65, Tokyo Games official top high jumper, Times of San Diego. 15-time Guinness World Record holder and Gig Harbor resident bid to break several more records, including his own, King5.com. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. 10 HTC Vive Pro 2 tips to get the most from your VR headset. Pro-Trump group files motion against FDA to stop COVID-19 vaccinations in U.S. Twitter suspends Marjorie Taylor Greene for 12 hours over anti-vaccine tweets. Just cancel the damn Olympics already. The Boys showrunner says Season 3's Hiragasm will be just as raunchy as the comics. Hackers stole a terabyte of data from oil giant Saudi Aramco. Windows 11 might let you sideload Google's new Android app bundles. HBO's The Last of Us may be more expensive than Game of Thrones. The telecoms industry spends $230k a day to make sure your broadband sucks. Loki's controversial multiversal romance, a philosopher weighs in. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Luffy and minus Luffy at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nico in Antarctica at minus 95.44 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 70.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Watch Live, Blue Origin set to launch Jeff Bezos into space. Dish switching network to AT&T after calling T-Mobile anti-competitive. The surprising connection between A Mockingbird Song and Kendrick Lamar. Pandemic of unvaccinated rages with Delta spread, cases up in all 50 states. Genealogists say Leonardo da Vinci has 14 living relatives. Clickless exploits from Israeli firm hacked activists' fully updated iPhones. The massive Museum of Pinball is closing its doors for good. New iOS 14.7, tvOS 14.7, and watchOS 7.6 updates expand ECG support and more. US warns China over state-sponsored hacking, citing mass attacks on exchange. Microsoft changes course, gives gamers a reason to stick with Windows 10. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Pipeline to White Power Hour, Kevin McCarthy's election truther picks for Capitol riot commission blasted by conservative. It's a sickness, WAPA reporters reveal what drives Trump's addiction to media attention. We're begging you, editorial whips always classy Ron DeSantis for Texas visit. Republicans stooping to disturbing depths to turn January 6 probe into a sideshow, MSNBC panelists. CNN interview takes dramatic turn when Capitol rioters' attorney is asked about comparing feds to Nazis and Russian gulags. Maybe you have that information to provide, Jen Psaki expertly dismantles reporters' pro-Trump anti-vax claim. Freed fentanyl, Internet asks if GOP lawmaker openly rooting for illegal drugs is working for the cartels. As UN Human Rights Chief urges stricter rules, Snowden calls for end to spyware trade. Wielding a giant pencil, rural teacher Pedro Castillo declared Peru's new president. India's COVID deaths 10 times higher than reported, study. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The female founder's feminist cool club turned out to be one big circle jerk. Think twice before you build that seawall. The USDA wants to make farms climate friendly. Will it work? Here's what climate scientists are really saying about this catastrophic summer. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Missing Antarctic microbes raise thorny questions about the search for aliens, Science News magazine. Tony Norman, welcome to 2021, A Space Idiocy, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. With the Humans Project, a message that space is for everyone, MIT News. Ancient meteorite found in England could reveal the origins of life on Earth, Heritage Daily. The search for alien life, space.com. The truth is out there, 2 in 3 Canadians, 65%, believe in alien life forms, belief in UFOs at 56%, Ipsos research. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Relmada Therapeutics announces the acquisition of development and commercial rights to novel psilocybin and derivatives program from Arbormentis LLC, PR Newswire. Want to take care of your brain? Take a walk, Everyday Health. An extra robotic thumb quickly changes how the brain represents and uses its biological hand, Forbes. Gene therapy success in trial to treat neurodegenerative disorder, BioNews. Mechanisms to separately regulate synaptic vesicle release and recycling, Uric Alert. Exercise and brain repair, newsmedical.net. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, July 20th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News.8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News.8. All rights reserved.